ran for the first time in 99, and I ran 3:30. Yeah, 3:30 to 1500, and I had like that was my first PB. And then I came back the following year, 2000, and I ran 3,000 meters. Another PB. So I've been here all the time. So it's
still going strong. What's the secret?
The secret is trying to stay young.
You don't want to talk about age, so we won't talk about age.
No, we can't talk about age, but the thing is trying to stay young, and but actually seriously training hard, and focusing on the main thing. Basically, when I set my goals to get a certain time, I just focus on that, and also focusing on what is also very important, and that is whenever you're in the championships or anything, you try to do your best. Try to have a peak whereby you can perform the best way possible.
You had an amazing competition in Osaka. You said it before, 2 gold medals. Not so well in Berlin. So how's Daegu shaping up?
It is shaping up very well. From what you said, Osaka went really well. World Championships in Berlin, I would say World Championship in Berlin actually went all right, because coming from an injury in 2008, then I was able to bounce back, and I lost, like, for example, 5,000 to strong athlete, Kenyan. So it's not a shame to lose to, never shame to lose to somebody like him. And so 1500 was okay, not even make to the finals in 2008, and was in the finished third. So moving forward now, I think it is time to do the best possible in the 5,000 meters, and that's the event that I'm focusing on, train hard, because I think this is my new challenge, and I think it's a challenge that I've put myself into it. And same with my coach, we know that 3,000 meters, 5,000 is something that is really good, and it suits me at the moment. So that's the aim to go and.
So does it mean that you will only run 5,000?
Yes, I will run only 5,000, and even though even if I wanted to do anyways, the 1500 seems like the calendar might not work well for me this time around, but I'm happy to do one. I've tried several times in the 1500 and 5, and I've been successful, but I just wanted to concentrate on one where I can put all my energy and concentration and everything to focus on one event, and that's very important for me as well.
Any questions from the floor?
Will you still run some 15 just to work on your speed?
Yes, I will do that, especially 15. In the States, I'll be running some of the miles, like when it comes to pen relays, for example, I will be trying to do like 1200 or the 1 mile. Then we have other competitions in Europe that I can select it. I don't know yet, it's still very early, but I will be doing a few of the 1500 here and there, and focusing of course on the main picture, which is the 5,000 meters.
Do you make that choice because you don't have the choice, I would say, or because you like the 5,000?
When I stepped up to the 5,000, I realized that it's a new thing. Like I said, it's a new challenge, and something that fitted perfectly into my training right now. And this is something I like. So it's not by sometimes like mostly by choice, but then at the same time, I've done so much in the 1500. I've concentrated in one event for a long time, and so it's about time that I just want to explore on the part that I always feel like I can do better. But really, what if I just train for it and be prepared for it? Then it's been really great to have that 5,000 training, and the coach that understands it very well. So it's really, it puts me in a good position.
What about Melrose? Will you do Melrose again?
We are thinking about it right now, whether to go back. When I won the 8th time in 2010, I thought, okay, maybe that's going to be the last one. But then again, I just thought, not too long ago that, what if I go back again? Because I feel like if I don't go, I just feel like I'm missing something so important, because I've been going there ever since, I went there in 2001. So it's something that I have a strong feeling about, that I should go and do the best. And so we are working on it now. We are in the final stages of, putting everything in my head, and because if I go there, I would like to go and just not, just to show up, but I just want to do the best. That's the way.
And so with the 5K, you finally got the American record this year, but it's been 5 years since you've been an American, or 6, I guess.
Yeah.
Were you surprised it took you that long? And you haven't run too many. I mean, you ran one Diamond League this year, one last year. Was it more just it's going to come when it comes, or was it?
I knew it was going to come a time when I can maybe run better than 12:59, which I had. I don't know when it was. Was it in London? Yes. But that one came by surprise. I thought maybe I can run maybe 13 flat, but then when I went under that, I thought, okay, you know what? And I'm still training for the 1500 while I can do 12:59. So I knew it was about, there would be a time that would come, and I knew if I was to make a change and train for it, I'd be able to do it. So, and 12:54, I was really happy with it, and hopefully in 2011, I can get another opportunity to maybe even run faster than 12:54, and we will see as time goes.
What's your main goal? Is it titles or times?
It's both. I used to like, in the 1500, it used to be time, and then because when I was running with great athletes like Isham, sometimes you try to win but you don't win, so sometimes you have to set another goal, and that was to run my best times all the time. And so with the 5,000 meters, it's been both. I'm not satisfied. I wasn't satisfied to run only 12:59, but I wanted to do something else, try to get my personal best even up to 12:55, but then I went 12:54, which was really good. So and then at the same time, World Championship year like this, it's very important that not only train to get maybe another personal best, but also to go out and win in Daegu. So all of them are very important.
So you will probably have to face a lot Kenyan Bekele, who should be back.
Yes, and
after Elge Rouge on the 15, it will be Bekele on the 5.
On the other side, yeah, which is, I'm not stepping on the easy part actually, because it's 5,000. Bekele is, everybody knows he's, the toughest, and so it's one of those challenges again that if I'm prepared really well and meet a strong athlete like that, what can I perform? What could be my best performance? And sometimes my best performance could be coming second, to him, and still be happy with what I got. So so it's going to be another something to look forward to. I like the challenge, and I can't wait, for him to feel better, to be 100%, and come back and train and run with him.
A lot of American middle distance runners are going to marathon. Would you consider it once?
I don't know. It's a little too far. Yeah, like you said, it's a bit too far, but I would not rule it out entirely. I would like to, first of all, run really well in 2012. That's my most important thing. And then whatever comes from there, it could be, either to continue running 5,000 or, maybe we switch up to see what we can do in the marathon. And that would be something that I will decide with my coach. And I could maybe want to do it, but then I'm not built to do it. So it could be something else. But I have to see when I've already achieved my most important thing, and that is to go to Olympics in 2012 and perform really well. And then after that, we can make a decision on what else to do afterwards.
Do you think you deserve some of the credit for, all these other Americans now are running 13 flat?
No.
Do you get some of the credit for raising the bar?
You know what? Oh, I thought you said I deserve to get credit. No, I was going to say, no, I don't deserve that, credit, because, the guys are the one, they train every morning. Think about what Solinsky does every morning, or Tekken or Kellen Rabb is doing. So those guys are the ones doing the work. But, at the same time, I want to look at it also in the other way. When Dayton Ritzenheim broke the American record, and the record had stood for, 13 years or 12 years? What was it? Something like that. So I thought, wow. Isn't that really cool to have somebody break it? And it inspired me. In a way, he set a bar for me. So then, I'm tempted to also look at it in another way, not to take the credit, but to say, well, I squared off with my American athletes, and, and I got the record. And that makes them hungry, that they want to come and perform again like their countrymen. And that's always, something that it inspires me when somebody else does well. And I hope it's the same way. And I've heard from Solinsky and Tekencam, and everybody's like, you know what, you've raised the bar, and you know what, I'm going to chase for it. I'm going to be working hard for that record. So I'm happy with the way the distance is right now in America.
Will you make an attempt at 10K? Just to see how fast you could go there?
He just wants to see you run longer.
I know.
It could be in the building. Bernard, it could be in the building of the season.
What do you think, JT?
I think it'd take a lot out of you.
So, I mean, it's something that really is, no, 10,000 meters. No, the only time I ran 10,000 was in cross country in college, but it was fun because it's just, it was collegiate running, and I didn't know anyways that, what kind of distance I was in until after I finished college. But so, I mean, 10,000, no, I don't think so.
Could you tell us what you think about Rudisha?
Rudisha,
Yes, who
Rudisha.
who broke 2 world records this season. I mean, you know him, of course.
Yes, and let me tell you, it's incredible. To me, I looked at him like my the youngest brother.
Tallest.
But tallest. He's amazing. He's really amazing runner. One thing about David Rudisha is that he is very smart, very intelligent athlete, and I guess there's also something to do with him being so. He's really talented, and him being smart athlete, he knows how to train, he knows how to listen to his coach, he knows what is best for him, and this is exactly the qualities that I always like to see in young athletes, and to see him in Berlin bringing that world record, which I knew he was going to do it. I used to tweet all the time. I'm like, you know what? It's coming. It's going to come anytime soon. And of course, James Templeton. We talk about him like, this guy is going to be here for a long time because of the talent, because of how hard he works, and he is natural. He's gifted. So to me, to see him do so well, it's incredible. In Berlin, I saw his world record while I was warming up for the 3,000, and I didn't have the same feeling as always that I always have, that I listened to my strides and everything like that because I was already in a different area. I've seen David Rudisha break the world record, and so when I went into the race in Berlin, it was all messed up because I was like, I guess I did not prepare the way I was. Normally that 1 hour is so important because I was so excited for him, and then but I didn't blame him. But I told him, you know what, I'm too excited for you. Yeah. So, but it was really awesome to see him.
For how long do you know him?
I've known him since he joined James Templeton group. So
When was it?
what year was it?
I guess, what was it, 206 he didn't come to Europe, so
Yes.
07.
Yeah, I think 2007.
And
That's
then
when
we
I
came
saw.
over to Malmo, Los
Yeah.
Angeles.
Do you give him sometimes some advices?
Yes.
Like?
You know what? Don't stop working hard. Work hard all the time. Once you reach a certain goal, I look at myself. I said, even after I ran 3:26, I did not say, okay, you know what? I've reached the mountain top now. All I can do is just relax and But there's always challenges to go hard. There are new athletes that would come and try to beat you, and you know what? You should say no to that. Just train hard by training really, really hard. And he's the guy that listens. When I talk to him, he looks at me and he tells me, you know what? Okay, I'm still going to be here for a long time. I'm going to train hard. And that's the good thing about him. Like I said, he's very smart because he is the guy that really listens. When you talk to him, you can see he's listening. And that is really a good quality of an athlete, that he can not only listen to others, but he can also listen to himself. And that is very important.
Because most of the Kenyan athletes are not lasting on a long period. Like they are the top level for 2 or 3 years. So
I think they do, though.
They do.
They do.
Not,
They
not
really
that
do.
much. Not that much.
Seriously, if you think about, until let's give you an example of,
Kipchoge.
yes, Kipchoge. Since 2003, Kipchoge emerged like this in Berlin. In Paris. And then look, he's still there, performing, at the very top. So, and then look, for example, Noah Ngeny ran for a long time. And then he just got that road accident. So that's something that, and then Daniel Coleman, people always say, he was so, his career was short, but actually it wasn't, if you think about, what he did. So I believe that, they work so hard, and their career really, it lasts long. Well, you cannot, some of them are like almost different, because, I was in American college. I was in America college when some of my colleagues were running here in Europe. And so for me, I started very, very late. When I came back over here, I was, when running for the first time in '99, I was running against guys I ran in high school. So think about the 4 years that I was in college while they're running over here. So those guys because you guys saw me, for example, Lagat just gave me 99, but somebody like Rudisha was already running in 96. So he had been running 96 while I'm running 96 in college. So I wasn't in the picture, but they were already in the picture. Then I kept running, and people were like, Laban is already retired, but Lagat is still running. But you look at him, his career was very long as well. So.
You want to say something, James?
Well, I just want to make a quick comment. I mean, it's tough to make, say, consecutive Olympic teams because of the depth of the competition. I mean, it's relatively easy, say, Mehdi Bala can be half injured, less at his best, and still getting through the trials is relatively easy. The depth of the Kenyan competition is so brutal that to make teams, you almost need to be lucky to be able to be at the very peak of your training. And so guys can be great athletes. Paul Kipsiele coach, how long has he been running under 8? And Eliud Kipchoge, there's a lot of guys who are there for the last 6, 8 years. But making teams year after year is brutally tough in Kenya. Sorry.
He got you fired up.
All right.
You called David Rudisha your little bitty brother. Speaking of your real brother, Robert Cheserett, he kind of emerged again this year.
Right.
What's he been doing the last few years, and do you think he's got the talent to run around 13 minutes?
He has the talent. Robert has a lot of talent, and I can tell you this. Robert is the guy that, he ran real well in college, and when he finished college, he had a terrible injury, and it was the knee injury, which he had even problems walking, on it. So then he decided to quit completely. So he quit, he started working, and then he decided, you know what, I'm gaining weight, I do not like the way I am, and I feel like I still have some, because I always keep telling him, if you are to come back again, you're very talented. You're actually stronger than me. And I believed it. I thought, this guy is stronger than me in distance, because I could train with him at his peak. Oh, it was really tough. That's the only person that could handle my training. So then he decided to join the US Army. So he joined the Army, and he got into the program, and he started training when he was still overweight. And let me tell you, slowly by slowly, you could see him losing weight. By I would say April, he was already very good. So think about it. He just won the 5,000 meters in I think it was
Rhode Island.
Yes, and he ran the other day 10 miles. He ran 48 with Dan Brown at the Army Nationals. 10-mile run. So he's going to be very good, and I can see him actually. If he was to train smart and compete really tough in the coming World Championship trials, I think he could make the team in the 10,000 meters.
Does he train in the Army program? Where's he living?
Yeah, he lives in Colorado Springs. So he could make the team if if all goes well for him. Right.
Any more questions for Bernard? Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Laura. As always.
Pleasure.
Pleasure.
I'll wait for my present.